Hello and welcome back. Before we start this week's podcast, we need to discuss our patron. Sam, what is our patron?
Our Patreon, Tom, is patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast. And on Patreon, it means that you can support us.
If we sound professional, it's because we messed it up the first time. And how much does our Patreon cost, Sam?
Our Patreon is £5 a month. And for that, oh, fucked it up, I'm not restarting. For that, you get these episodes that you're listening to now early. So rather than getting them on a Monday like everyone else, you can get them on a Saturday. You also get a discount on merch, which we haven't started yet. But when it starts, you'll get a discount on merch. There's also going to be extra episodes. We're going to probably aim to do one a month, potentially, probably. And we give you priority when it comes to contacting the podcast.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam.
Any other questions about it?
Not for now.
So, to reiterate, patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast for just £5 a month, which is less than a pint in most places, isn't it? Basically,
down here it is, yeah.
Basically, buy me and Tom a pint a month, and then we'll be very happy with you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to From the Boundary, recorded in a loft in Kent. Let's see what these two idiots have to say this week. Before they start though, I must ask you to follow, like and repost all their amazing social medias. Search From the Boundary on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok for updates and clips.
Hello and welcome to From the Boundary. I am Tom and I'm once again joined by my co-host Sam.
Before we start this episode, though, we need to talk about Quick Fix Bat Services. Got it right that time. Nailed it. Henry, who's been on the podcast, probably OG sponsor now. He has now offered, it's not now, he did it before Christmas, but all listeners to the From the Boundary...
Get to the point, Sam, the point.
I think him sponsoring a podcast that two people that got ADHD is probably not the best idea, but never mind. Back on point. Henry gives all of the listeners to From the Boundary 5% off all his services. And all you have to do is message him, ask him for a service on Instagram, say you've come from us, use the code word boundary5 for 5% off. That is Quick Fix _Bat Services. Quick Fix _Bat Services on Instagram. Message Henry, go back, watch the episode that he's on, come back, watch this episode. Everyone's caught up. You know who Henry is. You know who we are.
We know who Henry is.
We know, well, and the listeners, because if they've not listened to everyone knows who Henry is. And then...
And they get to know who we are.
Yeah, then you get to know who we are, because that was a few episodes, and you'll have some episodes to catch up. And then, yeah, come back, listen to this episode, and then, we're done. I feel like that was
don't think we ever got to the point.
No, the point is that Henry, if you message Henry at Quick Fix Bat Services, he'll give you 5% off. All you've got to do is say Boundary 5, and it's 5% off all services. Perfect in time for the new season.
Amen to that.
Go.
Hello and welcome back to From the Boundary. I am Tom, and I'm joined again by my co-host Skipper Sam.
Oh yes, I've got beard hairs in my... We started how we ended last year. How does... I seem to just be putting more in it. How have I managed to make this more hairy in the space? I've still missed one in the space of 2 weeks. Yeah, Skipper's handbook.
Yeah.
At least I'm pleased you see the respect.
Well, I was going to say I will follow your instructions, but you'll probably be too busy. Hold on, I've got my hairs. My hairs on the whites.
Right, no, so you're going to call it? Heads? I mean, beard? Oh, yeah, tails. Tails. No, I didn't say heads. Yeah. Captain. How's it feel? You're going to have to...
Fine.
You're going to have to listen. Actually, saying that, you spent most of last year having to listen to me anyway.
It was definitely the back end of last season, it was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, so
now you're going to have to listen to me all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, the game will be finished by the time if you end up with hairs on your whites. The game will be finished by the time you. Tom, you feel that? Well, Tom, I'm at the pub. The game finished an hour ago.
We won. We definitely won. I'm saying that I need to get some new. Took my trousers out of my cricket bag. So like I'd washed the whites after the last game of the season, and then put them back in my cricket bag, and then was like, I need to get some new kit. And and realised that the knees on my trousers are hanging on for dear life. Like they're that worn down from diving and stuff that they're basically see-through. I might need some new trousers. So if anyone knows of any cricket suppliers that can do long, long but quite skinny legs, but really fat thighs. Basically, I need a pair of trousers designed for. Imagine if a rugby player went into playing cricket.
Yeah, that's probably. To be fair, that's probably a good.
That's what I need, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got some fat thighs. Well, I'm not comparing myself to a rugby player here, by the way. Like, I'm well aware that he's fat, not muscle. But I've got fat thighs, and then I've got really dainty angles. Dainty ankles.
I hadn't really noticed that before, to be honest.
Did you not?
No.
You should check out my OnlyFans. It's got all things. So it's the number one comment I get. It's dainty. But yeah, so if anyone knows of anyone that can do me a pair of trousers, basically, that look like a V. They look like a V. Can you let me know? Because I need some for the new year.
It's amazing when you get this stuff out like in the winter. You're like, sort of halfway through the summer, you're like, these aren't the best anymore, but I'll wear them. They're still perfectly wearable. You look at them in the winter. I don't know if it's because they've also been in the bag for so long. You got to look at it and go, Jesus Christ, how was I wearing this at the end of last season?
Yeah, but then do you not also... What I found... Because I should have got new trousers last year. They were fucked for last year. But when it got to, oh shit, need some new kit. Fuck, I ain't going to get here in time. They'll see me for another year. They'll be fine. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to turn up on first game of the season, knees looking like I've been round the back of Sainsbury's, basically.
I wonder where you're going to go with that.
No, I went there. Yeah, I suspect that's what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Though do you know what? I always sort of get one new bit of kit every year.
Yeah.
So like, new top. If I need a new top, I'll get a new top. Then I won't get anything else. I got myself a jumper last year.
Yeah.
And then didn't fucking wear it because it was the hottest summer that we've had.
No, it's weird. Like, I feel like you need a jumper when you don't have it, and then you sort of turn up with a jumper, and you're like, oh, why did I buy this? This is a waste of 30 quid.
What I need is one of the grounds that we're playing at, and we're going to different places this year. We've been moved leagues. We're all down the coast.
Oh, are we on Sundays as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. At least because last year, Saturdays we were heading to the coast. Sundays we were heading north, and it was a bit like, yeah, this feels a bit weird.
Yeah,
in a way, it was nice though because you played different grounds. But
yeah, we have lost. I mean, there's still some new grounds. There's ones I've not heard of. Tyler Hill.
Okay.
Which I believe is.
That's Dover deal way.
Is it Dover? Or
something like that.
Right, well, me and Sam were sat there with the instructions.
Instructions.
With the fixture list at the meeting going, Tyler Hill. That's Ashford way. What about that one? Not sure. So we did have to do a bit of.
I'm pretty sure maybe.
You know, like that. Is it GeoGuessr game?
Yeah.
But imagine we had the name of where it was.
Canterbury. None of us were right. Actually, I suppose I was probably closest because it's outskirts of Canterbury. It's probably going that way in towards Dover.
You hope.
I hope. Thank God for sat navs.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we got some 12 games in the Sundays. And
no change on Saturdays really.
No. So we were trying to play a game of who got relegated, who got promoted.
Okay.
Because Sam couldn't. Well, me and Sam couldn't work it out.
I don't think Whitstable went up in the end, did they?
No, but we've got Folkestone thirds have come down into our league.
Okay.
And St Lawrence.
Oh God.
So St Lawrence, I think it's fourths.
Yeah, it'll be the fourth. Yeah.
Are in our league?
We hammered Folkestone fourth, didn't we? When we played, that was when we went up.
Yeah,
great.
We played. Weird. We played Folkestone last 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because there was the one where we needed it to. Did we need to? It was between us and Folkestone to finish second.
No. That was the year we got promoted. We actually came second, but we needed to win and then Whitstable to
That's
lose to, but
If
then
we'd
the top
won
two
and-
end up going up anyway.
Yeah, if we'd won and Whitstable had lost, we went up as champions.
Yeah.
But then the team in the league above us pulled out. Milstead.
Yeah, someone did.
No, it was
Oh.
Milstead. And then that's why we then got promoted as well. And then the year that we got promoted, year before that, we finished runners up and we didn't. That was when who plays at Margate? Not Nelson.
Oh, North Down.
North Down went up.
That was last year, wasn't it?
No, we followed North Down.
Oh,
So North Down went up 2021.
right.
We finished second to North Down, beating Folkestone on the last game of the season at Folkestone.
Yeah, we definitely gave them. I remember playing at their place.
Yeah, I can't remember how we. Got a feeling that was a James Creed masterclass, and I think he went and got 100,
Oh, I think
and the
he
rest
did,
of us got about 30 altogether.
Yeah.
And then the following year was when we went up second, because last year was our first year in the division up. And I was saying to Sam when we played Folkestone, that was the one where he. Do you remember the captain for Folkestone? The wicketkeeper, quite a big.
He's quite decent though, wasn't
He was,
he? Yeah.
but he's the one who turned up on the last game of the season and went, "Mate, I've got 3 players and 8 people that have got white clothes." So, and when it came to the last game, and we batted first. I think that was the one where Gurkha got annoyed with me because he went and found the ball 4 times, and then in the last over I hoyed it into the trees and it was never found again. And he was like, "I was going to keep that. That was clearly good luck. It's gone now." And Ethan got out he ran himself out trying to ramp the last ball, completely missed it.
Yeah, I don't think I played this was a home game, wasn't it? Yeah.
He
Like that.
went to ramp it because he came out for the last ball, decided he was going to ramp it, missed it, the ball went straight into the wicketkeeper's gloves and he went, "Yes," and I went, "Get fucked. I'm going to not out."
This is very niche start to the conversation. If there's someone in like Scotland or Liverpool watching, then they're gonna have no idea what we're talking about. But
to finish that, put a nice bow on that story. When they went, Sam went, "I think it's not Folkestone Falls, it's Folkestone Thirds." I went, Folkestone Falls is the ones where, when he said that and they went out to bat, he went to open the batting and slapped the first ball straight back at Sam, down sort of there-ish, and Sam took the catch and basically just went, well, not 100% sure whether it was, no, well, I think in Sam's head, he thought, I wonder if that was a bump ball or that hasn't just happened.
Yeah.
There was like this almost like 10-second delay between the ball going and staying in his hands.
yeah.
And then him going, "Yeah!" Which was quite funny to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few months away, yeah. Sam and Sam. That's...
Dumb and Dumber. I'll let him choose which one he wants to be.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, so many things changing this year. That's weird. Nets starting.
That's really late, isn't it?
You've only got 8 net sessions for adults, and 16 for kids.
Oh, do we? Right.
Don't ask.
Right.
Don't ask.
I never do.
It's often best to just leave it because I couldn't get my head around it either.
Yeah, I did wonder why we were starting so late because I think we started around this time last winter, didn't we?
Yeah, but if you remember last year,
that was probably a bit early, but
yeah, we started the nets early with on the proviso that we was basically going to try and get a couple of friendlies in.
Oh yeah,
that didn't happen.
Yeah,
that then meant that we finished the nets 6 weeks before we started the season.
Yeah,
so that was a bit strange. But this time we're starting late, and I think we go all the way up to week 4 because the Saturdays start. Well, no, the Saturdays and Sundays start a week before everyone else.
Right.
So the Saturdays, because the Saturdays playing the same team twice, home and away.
Well, because we did that at the start of last season.
Because it's the one that we have to move for the Village Fete.
Oh, right.
That gets moved to the start. And they've but for some reason, they've just moved the Sundays with it. So
Okay.
we're playing someone.
Again.
Somewhere.
Thank God for sat-navs.
I can't even remember if it's at home or away, to be honest, to start the season.
Yeah.
No, I think we're away. I think first game's away.
I think I'd rather be away at the start, just kind of get it out of the way, and then.
Yeah, but on a Sunday you only play teams once, don't you?
Yeah, I'd rather get. Yeah, but you can still go play some at home and some away. Like, you're not gonna play everyone at home and everyone away.
No, yeah, 6 and 6.
I'd rather just get it out of the way.
No, but the only thing is, I quite like the fact that we've got new league, and it is literally just a shift over, which is amazing because I thought we was going to get relegated after last year. We won once.
We won once, and then teams conceded. Or
That's the only reason that we stayed up was because the team folded. Harville got kicked out, didn't they? Well, not folded. They got kicked out for playing an unregistered player 3 times. But basically, I thought we was going to get moved down, but no, they've just moved us across.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though. But we just kind of have the same issue.
No, we have got the Exiles.
Oh,
But they've moved.
it's
It's not the Exiles of Bishopsbourne anymore. It's Exiles at Ken Fair. I don't know where that one is either. But I normally play well against the Exiles. So.
Yeah. Well, they're the team. One of the probably the only time I can remember turning up and thinking, the other team are pissed here.
No, that's because they were. They literally stumbled out of the pub onto the cricket pitch, and then we
didn't win that comprehensively. When you
did.
But when you think they were pissed, it wasn't that comfortable. It was fairly comfortable.
No, I think we've done it with about 10 overs to spare.
We're a few down though, weren't we? 4, 5.
Yeah, but I think you're doing a bit. Only just because I got 50, don't mean you have to do it disservice. We were playing on something that looked like a tractor.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
They got the prime time to bat on it.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think I went out until. So I batted at 4.
Probably I usually bat 5, so that sounds about right. So I think I batted with you for a bit.
You did for a bit. I think I went. So Angry opened with Phil, because Phil took a lot of the wickets, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Jake went in at 3. I went in at 4 because Alex was supposed to be 4 but was late.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I don't think Alex batted.
Possibly not.
Because I think we sort of broke the back, me, Jake, and Phil.
Yeah, Jake got a few, I remember that.
Phil got a few. I think Phil got into the 30s.
Yeah.
We broke the back of it.
Yeah.
And then sort of when Phil got out, I seemed to have a revolving door at the other end. Because I think Jonathan came out.
I batted with one of them for a while. Was it?
No, you batted with Sam.
Yeah.
So Jonathan came out. No, Angry didn't open the batting. Because Angry got the winning runs. So who must have opened with him? Phil and...
Well, why wouldn't Alex have opened?
might have done. Alex might have done, because we fielded first.
Yeah.
That might make more sense. So, yeah. And, yeah, when I went out to bat, I was with Phil. Because Phil went, don't do anything stupid. And I think the first ball was very nearly chopped on.
Don't do anything stupid, like when we were fielding and someone with the tree.
Yeah, that was yeah, so I forgot about him. So I batted with Phil, Henry, Jonathan, you.
Yeah. And then you must have got out because
Nick came.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I batted.
So then I must have got out, and then Sam would have come out.
Yeah, because I remember
and
batting
Sam and you got as close, didn't they? And then I think both of you got out.
Did he run me out? Maybe I can't remember.
And then I think he got out, and then Nick and Angry got the winning runs.
Yeah.
So I think we only had 1 or 2. Yeah, we might have made a bit more of
a hash of it, given that they weren't sober.
I mean, it was a nice ground though, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And we got paella for.
Yeah, that was interesting. That message came out on like the Wednesday, didn't it? It's
do you want cricketing tea? It's going to be paella. What?
Yeah, it's a bit like, well, that's definitely different.
And the changing room that was the size of this table.
You get something like that, though, don't you? That's fine.
Yeah, but me and Nick were out there. What was we in there for? I think it was because I don't think, if I remember rightly, I don't think I took my pads off when I got out because we were so close. I think we only need about 25, 30 when I got out. We was chasing down about 190, weren't we? Because they had the big biffer that just
Yeah.
put it in the cow field every time, and then got one wrong, and it went straight down. Jake's.
Probably. If someone's taking a catch, it's usually.
I took a catch there as well, but I don't think it was very spectacular.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jake was the one that sort of ran around the boundary and took it.
Great Wall of Smythe.
The Great Wall of Smythe. Yeah, and I don't think I took my pads off. I think my bat went fucking flying. Because I got the one that P rolled, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
It was on a length, and I went to have this big swing, realised it hadn't got more than fucking 3 mil off the floor, and the bat wouldn't come. You know, when you're like, it's up there, and then you're like, faster, faster. And I remember even the bowler was like, I'm sorry, mate. I was like, the fuck? The fucking bollocks!
Yeah. How's your week been generally?
What have I done?
Just a normal week by the sounds of it, if you can't remember.
I can't remember. I spent Saturday and Sunday doing DIY.
What, here?
No, not here. Roses. They decided. So, before Christmas, they decided that they were going to do their kitchen and dining room. And then they did the dining room and then stopped because they were like, we don't want to be doing it into Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Saturday morning, I got a text from Rosie saying, what time are you coming over? You might want to put your work gear on because my dad's decided that he's pulling up the carpet, pulling up the lino today. So I went round there and fridge out, fucking cookers out, cupboards out. So me and her dad got the carpet up, put all the concrete board, none of it to put tiles to. All the old tiles off. That was fun. Because, and it's probably how, when someone buys this house and goes, I don't like those tiles in the bathroom, I'm going to take them down, they're probably going to find the same thing, which is some of them are stuck on really well, some of them are hanging on by a wing and a prayer. Because I've got a screwdriver and one of them just went halfway down the wall. And another one, I'm like, in the fucking chair, absolutely battering the shit out of it, and it still weren't giving up. So, but it's very fun, it's very satisfying when you get the with a screwdriver. I do all the sound effects.
The what?
It's, you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, how do, yeah.
See? And then we spent Sunday. I had to go to work on Sunday. I got called out Sunday morning. I came back, and I basically said, "Don't worry about doing. I'll be back. I'll be back in a few hours. Don't you wait for me. I'll come and help you. You don't have to do it on your own. This is to her dad, not to Rosie. Don't have to do it myself. It won't be long. Yeah. I probably will wait for you.
I probably will wait for you. He's not waiting.
Yeah, he's not. So I got back. And the fridge that was... we pulled the fridge out so that we could get the lino out. The fridge is now in the dining room, which I'm amazed that if he did that by himself.
Yeah.
The oven was then disconnected. So he's done that. And the cable just hanging. That was interesting. And I walked in, and again... So the plan was that we were going to do the floor. So that then the stuff could start going back. Like they wanted to paint. So I thought, go and do the floor, and then I had some lights. They want lights putting on the step, everything. Nailed it. Came back, and we're not doing the floor. We're tiling the wall with this mosaic. If you see it, you'll see it when you start going to B&Qs and with. It's basically like a mesh,
right?
And then it's all these little tiles on it. Okay. 2:00. You sure this is a good idea? Yeah, mate, it'll be easy. It's like, I think it was 8 to put up, and I had to fuck about with one socket. But because it's mesh, so with the tile, the good thing with the tile is, it always stays the shape that it manufactures.
Yeah.
So if it's a square, it will always stay square. Can't just twist or something like that. When you've got a mesh, we put the first one up, and I stood back and I went, that's doing that, mate. Look down the wall and it's doing that. This isn't going to be as easy. It took us to about 6:00 to get 8, and that's including the fucking about the socket. Took us about 4 hours. After about 2 hours, I'd given up and was like, "What's that? You want that?" Because they've got this alcove where the old fireplace was. I don't know what happened. It goes right up like that, along like that. As you come down the left-hand wall, it goes and just falls away. So I was like, while you're doing that, I'm going to board this out. So that at least you've got square, you can actually work on it. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, I feel like I'm giving you life tips.
You kind of are, yeah.
So when you...
Mind you, the flat's kind of, all that sort of stuff, we're not going to be, we might do the carpets at some point down the line, but we're not going to be like ripping everything up.
So, just so you're aware, when it comes to maybe putting shelves up or things like that, never make the assumption that the floor or the ceiling or any wall is fucking level, because they're not. I got this board and I went, right, I need to put a couple of the bits of wood in, so I've got something to screw into, and then I need to put one so I can screw the top into, and then the bottom, because the board wasn't tall enough. So I need to put it in and then put the other one on top. So I put it on there, and I looked, and the board's sort of doing that. Oh, fuck. Right, so I've got to cut it to the floor. Right, I'll try and cut it to the floor. That didn't work. So I basically just went, you know when you do your flooring and you put your screed down for the floor, thank you about that fucking high. Covers up my fuck up, please. I'll be very grateful. But once the screen's in and the tiles are down on the floor,
yeah,
it'll look fucking lovely. It'll look lovely and square. I think it's my boiler downstairs.
I did wonder what that noise was. Yeah, it's been a weird week. So I'm back.
You're back. I was going to say, how is your first week on your house or your flat? But you've not been there.
No, so we bought we got the keys for the flat 20 days ago, and I'm now back at Mum and Dad's house for the week. It's gone well. That's because they are all skiing, so it's been a bit weird, and I've kind of just been getting through it at work, just me and the cat, who isn't really. Yeah, and he's a little bit like, he doesn't really say anything until he's hungry, and then when he's hungry, he doesn't shut up. So that's a bit.
It's amazing what cats and children have got in common.
Yeah, and then I've been looking on my phone, and it's just like in the family chat, just loads of pictures of them skiing. I was like, oh, great, that's really helped.
So they're coming down a mountain in the north of France. North of France?
South of France. The north of France is near the south of England.
Oh, yeah. I'm skiing. I know, we can see you. You're only 22 miles away.
So, yeah, they've been doing that. It's actually, like, although it's not particularly hard stuff, it's a hell of a lot of work looking after two properties at the same time. Like, I'm not even really doing a lot.
I've never. Every week, you say something that either makes you sound so fucking feminine.
Well, I'm looking after.
Or the biggest Tory going. But you just don't understand how difficult it is. 2 properties. How do you think the king feels? He's got about 7.
Yeah, he has my sympathy. No, but you know what I mean?
That's something I don't think has ever been said before. Do you know what? I'm really, really sympathetic towards the king.
But obviously it's not 2 of mine. It's my parents' one and then my one. So it's only Anyway, but it's just a lot of things.
Don't dig yourself out of a hole that you put yourself in.
But I didn't mean it like that. But there's just a lot of things to think about, like going and checking on the post, and then stuff that we've ordered for last weekend. I thought, well, I'm going to be at home on my own, so I'm going to order stuff online for the flat, which I've sent you some of it.
Yeah.
So then that's turned up, and then I'm like, right. So when I next check on the post, I'm going to check on that, and then every time I leave, you're like, well, if I'm going to do that, then I might go to the shops. Then if I go to the shops, I need to think about feeding the cat.
Could you not just send your housekeeper around? You know, the staff that are your mum and dad's, surely one of them.
Well, there's no staff, is there? That's why I've gone back. If there was staff there, I wouldn't be going back, would I?
Oh, yeah. It's nice of your mum to take their staff on holiday with them, man.
Oh, what a twat.
Jeeves just
Jeeves.
coming down the ski slope. Yes, sir. Just like going past.
So, yeah, so that's been eventful. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's not really difficult things to think of. It's not like I'm doing anything particularly hard. It's just...
It's hardly tax returns, is it?
It's just a lot of things to think about.
Do you have to do tax returns for your job?
No.
Do you class as PA?
I don't know. I've never done a tax return.
You're not classed as self-employed, are you?
No.
You're PAYE?
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were self-employed or contracted or whatever they're called. Contractor.
No.
Freelance.
A freelancer. Yeah, no. We're all contracted. Yeah, contracted.
You sure? You should know how your job is set up.
Well, I'm on a salary.
Yes,
Yeah, the
PAYE.
that sounds right, yeah. What does that stand for? Payment?
Is it? No, I think it's pay as you earn. You pay your tax as you earn your tax rather than every 3 months going, this is what I earned for the last 3 months.
Oh, right.
Here's what I owe you, sort of thing.
Right.
I think. I could be completely wrong on a complete. I could stand for pepperonis and yogurt. Excellent.
Pepperonis and...
Pepperoni? Pepperami?
No, I was going to say are excellent. You need another A. Never mind.
Pepperami
Yeah.
and yogurts. Excellent.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Should we talk about some cricket?
Yeah, probably should. I think otherwise I'm just going to think of other letters for the word. The words for the letter. What? Oh, fuck.
This reminds me of, have you seen the Michael McIntyre sketch where he's talking about a BLT and
this is cricket, is it?
No, so someone says, but basically the sketch is someone comes out with you order a sandwich and someone comes out and he looks at the sandwich and goes, "Is this lettuce and tomato there?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's a BLT, bread, lettuce and tomato. I've had to lose the butter as it is."
Some jokes are best not repeated, aren't they? At least you made yourself laugh.
His delivery is probably better than mine, but it's quite funny.
I'd fucking hope so. He sells out arenas.
What are you trying to say about me?
You're not doing the O2 yet, are you? I can imagine you. Actually imagine you doing stand-up.
I probably have the confidence. I don't really care about taking the piss out of myself enough to do it.
I do think you'd probably do the hack or look at me sort of jokes rather than.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought I have 2 or 3 stories in my head that I reckon I could do a good stand-up comedy bit about, and then think, let's stand up in front of people.
Yeah, my brother's funnier than me, but he didn't have the confidence to do it.
So why are you sat here?
Because he didn't have the confidence to do it.
Oh yeah, when he's skiing, he'd rather ski than be here.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Come on then, talk cricket.
So, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about your quiz book. We're going to go through
No,
that.
that's last.
We're going to finish with that. Right, okay.
Because I'm going to give you a random pattern. I need a pen. But basically, I might have to do a break in the pod so I can go and get a pen. Otherwise, you could be going to give you a random page, and then in 2 weeks' time, you might say the same page. So,
right.
Might be an advert break for the third time in the podcast. But we'll come back to that.
The BBL. We can talk about Alex Hartley getting
cold-shouldered.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, fair play.
I mean, yeah, let's start with that because me and you had a conversation. Was it yesterday? Day before?
Yesterday.
That
was about football, wasn't it?
I know, but it's the same premise of. I'm going to say journalists. I'm not sure it's journalists.
Well, they are. I think
journalists / pundits have had a bit of a free reign to say what they want without any real circumstance. Circumstance might not be the right word.
Really sort of comeback from it.
Yeah, there's no comeback. And for all of the bad things that social media brings, And fuck me, it's going to get worse now Donald Trump's in charge. And I mean, he's pretty much in charge of England as well, the way he's fucking going. But you can't. The good thing that's come from it is that people are standing up for themselves.
Well, I think you can get away with saying what Alex Hartley said. Sometimes because basically when a team gets pummeled, it's like, I'm not reading those comments, and they just don't look at it, and so they don't really know.
But what you then can't do, and it's weird that it's come out. Was it yesterday it came out? Or,
Yeah.
No, was it yesterday or Tuesday?
I thought it was yesterday.
It might have been. But on Tuesday, did you see about Matthias Cunha, the Wolves mid-striker? I can't remember where he plays. I can't remember if he's technically a striker.
No.
So he got criticised by a social media twat. And I'm very aware that we are basically content creators, but I like to think that we are very on the fence and we don't really say our opinions. But he basically came out and said Matthias Cunha didn't even go up to the Wolves fans when they lost. Was it 4-1?
What, the weekend?
Can't remember if it was weekend or might have been midweek.
Right.
Whenever they last lost.
Yeah.
And he blanked the fans, walked straight down the tunnel. Matthias Cunha saw that tweet and went, I actually went up to the fans, I went up to the referees, I went up to every single player on the opposition and congratulated them. And while going off, I clapped our fans as well as I was going down the tunnel. Don't you ever ask me for an interview again. Now, that's some comeback. He's made something up.
Mm.
The thing is with the pundits, and I think we said before, didn't we, that every pundit wants to be Gary Neville or Jamie Carragher.
Mm.
They're the ones that have that sort of free reign. They have that free reign to sort of go, I'm going to say this because this is what I believe. But if you...
Roy Keane.
Yeah, Roy Keane. Yeah, actually, Roy Keane's probably one of the soonest used to be until he just used to get hung up on Pogba. And you'd be like, he's not even on the pitch, Graham. He's on the subs bench. Of course he can't be attacking that corner. But to be that sort of pundit, you've got to have tough skin.
Mm.
The reason that Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane are the only ones who can turn around and go, I think this is shocking, I think this is good, I think that player needs to leave, is because they've got the tough skin. Jamie Carragher's had moments, spitting at an Everton fan, not his finest moment, but they have that tough skin that if Marcus Rashford, because let's be honest, Marcus Rashford has been at the brunt of it from Gary Neville for the last 6 weeks.
Mm.
If Marcus Rashford then turns around and goes, I'm playing, Marcus, you're on media duties. If you want me to give you an interview, Gary Neville's got to fuck off or I'm not doing it.
Mm.
They are the people that can accept that.
Do you not think Alex Hartley's earned the right, though? She's an ex-player.
You can earn the right to have your opinion. There's no different to what we do.
No.
But if we sat here and slagged off...
Oh, so if
we slag someone off,
yeah,
we can't sort of be hurt that they don't want to talk to us.
So you don't like the fact that she's kind of blown the whistle on it?
And gone, I can't... It's the main one was Sophie Eccleston,
Wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm surprised and I'm hurt. Do you not think... If someone turned around to me and basically went, you're unfit, I'd be a bit... Don't. Right. If someone turned to me and went... Because let's be unfair. Unfit is pretty realistic. But if someone turned around to me and went, you're a short ass, I'm not going to want to talk. So I'd feel a bit hurt. All 6 foot, nearly 6 of me.
Mm.
I'd feel a bit hurt by it, and I wouldn't want to talk to them. It's what someone's basically done is, let's say Sophie Eccleston. Let's say it because it's her that Alex Hartley was called out. Sophie Eccleston has done that thing that you teach children and go, this child keeps calling me names. Ignore them, and then you can't get in trouble. They will get themselves in trouble. That's what she's done. I don't want to talk to you because you've essentially called us unfit. And I don't think Alex Hartley ever called Sophie.
No, I
Eccleston.
think she's talking about the team.
Yeah, she said there was 3 or 4 players in the squad that were unfit. Sophie Eccleston's done the right thing. Because could you imagine the headline if, and I know it's tainted slightly in the fact that Alex Hartley works for BBC. BBC, biggest news broadcaster in the UK, can basically print what they want with very little anything. What's the word I'm looking?
Come back again, I think.
Come back. No, well, they can print anything and just go, I mean, they did employ Jimmy Savile. Wasn't there again?
I think they've maybe moved on slightly from those days, but yeah.
Are they still employ Piers Morgan?
No, no, it's
not. It's Good Morning. Great British TV always.
Yeah.
GBTT.
I don't know. Is he freelance? He might not even be employed by anyone.
Well, do you think I follow what that twat does? But I know that Alex Hartley works for BBC, so when I read about it on BBC Sport, it was obviously I had to read it with a pair of rose-tinted glasses and go, obviously they're not going to turn around and go, oh, by the way, you're in the wrong, our employer, because BBC aren't very good at that. Skip back 30 seconds for an example that I just gave of an employer the BBC weren't very quick to sort out. But what the headline would be if Sophie Eccleston goes to Alex Hartley and basically goes, you called us unfit. And there's an argument.
Well, you mean like as in she doesn't get interviews, but
she doesn't get interviewed. It just becomes an argument.
Just becomes an argument, yeah.
Because you can't tell me that. What is it, Alex Morgan?
Piers Morgan.
No. Alex Hartley.
Alex Hartley.
Who's Alex Morgan?
The American footballer, women's footballer.
Okay. Where the fuck did that just come from? Then? Alex Hartley was the only person that could have done that interview.
No. Yeah.
They must have had other pundits.
But then when you've got hammered, so say you've we're talking earlier about distant relatives, and you end up playing internationally for someone.
I don't think that was earlier. I think that was a few episodes.
No, I mean a few episodes ago. But
I love how you do what I do and just go recently, any time between now and 4 or 5 years ago.
But so hypothetically, right? Say you've got some relatives in Kenya, and now you're captain in Kenya, right? Okay. Yeah. And you just...
I'll roll with it. You couldn't have picked someone like Iceland or something like that where there wasn't an immediate stumbling block. But you've got
go on Iceland.
You stick with Kenya. And how would I sound if I had parents from Kenya? Come on.
No, we're not getting cancelled now. But so say that you're playing in the T20 World Cup, you're playing against England, you got absolutely pummeled, and would you not want and say I was working for Sky, because I ended up working for Sky at this World Cup. Would you not...
I thought me being Kenyan was going to be the least likely bit of that story. No, carry on.
But say that happens,
yep.
Do you not want to be interviewed by me because you know me anyway, or some random?
No, it wouldn't bother me. You interviewing me wouldn't bother me.
But no,
if you had turned round and gone, Sam's a lanky streak of piss, I don't understand why he's playing cricket, that's why they're losing all the time, I may have a problem talking to you. Would you not?
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you essentially blamed their perceived lack of fitness on why they fell out. They were eliminated from the World Cup.
They also possibly, I don't know.
I thought you was going to double down on it and go, well, possibly they were. Fucking brilliant.
No, but also possibly from the sounds of it, because Sophie Eccleston wasn't interviewed by Alex Hartley, England's team didn't give an interview. So if they're going to go like that, and that's what I kind of don't understand as a journalist, is like, if you're going to be like that, you're going to be like, right, she's not talking to her. Well, fine. And when you get hammered, like, go get your coach or your captain. One of you've got to front up to it. So go get someone.
But
it had to be someone.
But so you've got.
But I reckon I didn't properly look in detail at it, but I reckon none of them did it because Sophie Eccleston didn't do it.
Well, Sophie Eccleston didn't do it because she's captain, but then Sophie Eccleston at the time was very vocal and said he's not down to fitness. So I don't think you can blame Sophie Eccleston. I also don't think, is it John
Lewis?
I don't think you can blame him because he was again very vocal when Alex Hartley said it and said it's not that. Who else do you send out?
But
can you imagine? Let's hypothetically, BBC Sport turn up at Sheldrich and they're going to watch us do, and on a Sunday, and it's someone I don't like. I was going to name them. I've changed my mind. Yeah, no, I'm not even going to fucking. Let's just say they turn up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and talk to them.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to go and talk to them. At what point do I then? So I then turn to 10 other people that I've just been on the cricket field with all season. However, how many years have I been Sheldrich now? 6. And then my years away, and then before. Let's say since 2007. So, all I've then got to turn to someone and go, you go and talk to them. And they go, well, no, I don't want to because I'm your friend. And then it gets to the point where I'm asking a 13-year-old who's probably on his first game, going, see you them. None of us want to talk to them because they're an arse. You go and talk. At what point are you...
But ultimately, it's professional sport. You are supposed to be professional, and just because you lose, like you can't all. I was going to say all 11. It's more than 11. You can't all 18 or 20. Like just chuck your toys out the pram.
But what would we be having the same conversation if they won?
No, because they'd have done it.
No, but if they'd won and gone, still not been interviewed by
but Eccleston might have not done it, but then someone else would have been happy to do it. That's what I mean. You can't just be like, you're professional, you've got to do it, win or...
journalist hat on,
you got to do it, win or lose, because it is like, what... Because you just got to do it. It's just part and parcel of it. But it's just part and parcel of it.
How many people are you in charge of at work?
Me? None.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just checking. You got to do it, because you just got to do it.
But so no, not like you. But not like one person has to do it. Ultimately, you don't really care if that person doesn't do it from time to time.
What would you?
We don't.
Let's look at it from your. So my point of view is, if someone turned up who said something nasty about me, not that I don't think it doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. Like I said, if someone turned around and said you're a streaky, lanky, streaky piece, they might have something to say. But would you, as a journalist, put your journalist hat on, would you rather, let's say you say it about me, I come out and go, you ask questions, let's play this. You've called me a lanky, streaky piss 2 weeks ago, and now you're reporting. Ask me a question about the game.
Okay. So, Sam, what was your take on to...
No comment.
Yeah, well, that's just
Would
pointless.
you rather I did
no,
that?
That's more...
Exactly. Would you rather I did that because I'm pissed off at you, or sent out the fucking mascot because they're the only person that wants to talk to you?
Yeah, it's got to be someone within reason. It's got to be someone.
So if everyone's turning around and going, no, I'm not doing it because you said that about us. Let's take it away from me. Let's say, you said the whole of... I'm going to say Sheldrich because it's harsh. The whole of Sam's cricket team, he's fat and overweight and they're unfit, and that's why they're not there. Don't nod because you're not helping. You've got to go and play for them as well. And that's why they're losing every week.
Yeah. And
then you turn up and I go, right, if you want to talk to me, you get no comment. And then you go, right, send someone out who does want to talk. Would you rather I stood there and went, no comment, no comment, no comment, or no one came out?
Well, ultimately, probably you, because they'll just be like, you've asked about this. He's just said that. Like, it'd be really fun. It'd be really funny. I don't know if you've seen them, but sometimes it's just sort of like, asked what his thoughts on the game were. So and so said we were bad. Asked to elaborate on this. He said no comment. Asked why he wasn't interested in giving the fans anything more to, given. He said my issue's not with the fans, and then like just get. Have you seen? There's some stories that are kind of like that.
Well, you got the example I gave you last night was the Sky Sports Cotterell. I can't remember Gary or Adam. I can't remember his first name.
Adam's the manager. Used to be
No, one of them's a boxing commentator. Who went when Ruben Amorim was announced as
a journalist, you've got to be.
He went over and went in a Sporting Lisbon post-match.
Yeah.
Or post-match or no, it's pre-match.
Pre-match.
And went, if you don't answer in English, you're disrespecting your English fans. One, at no point did he have any English fans at the moment because I don't think any Man United fan knew who the fuck he was. And two, you've gone to Port, like still employed.
Yeah.
If
he was out of order with the questions. As a journalist, you've got to also be fair with the questions as well, and you need to have that level of respect. Probably that's where Alex Hartley's probably a bit hurt, I'd guess, is that she kind of obviously she's transitioned from player to pundit.
I was going to say, fuck me, I must have missed something in the news then if she's transitioned.
As she transitioned from player to pundit, maybe transition wasn't the best of choices of words. But so maybe that's kind of where, because she feels like she's got that sort of mutual trust, but yeah, I suppose maybe as a player they're kind of a bit wary of her because she's now not the teammate. Pundit. Yeah.
Would you know? Let's just say that we're back at Sam's Cricket Club, and let's say you're my vice captain, and at the end of the year I go, I'm retiring, but I'm becoming head coach or I'm becoming a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately you'd be like, well, don't fucking trust him. You can't tell me you wouldn't.
Well, we never had a coach to start off with.
Well, no.
But
oh, you pernickety prick. But you wouldn't know, would you? It's the same at work. If you've got... I mean, it's different for me because there's two of us. But I've been in... Very recently, I was at a company with nine engineers. One of them got moved into a technical supervisor role. Straight away, every other engineer went, fuck am I talking to him about? What I do, what I don't do, what I don't like.
Yeah.
Because it then just becomes them and us.
Ultimately, he's still a person, though. You can still, like, he kind of needs to sort of show you that he's not going to snitch with everything you say.
Exactly.
But if you're not going to give him the chance, right, then so there's no
coming back around and putting a lovely bow on this. Has Alex Hartley shown it? Alex Hartley, she retired in 2023.
She's our age, by the way.
I'm aware.
I was thought I'd mention.
I'm very aware. I quite like her. But she retired in 2023. 2024 World Cup was her first real... That split has happened.
Yeah.
And she threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
She had her chance to defend him. Not defend.
Yeah, you got to be...
I don't mean defend, because at that point you start going down the old Ebb Street manager's route.
Yeah.
You've just been pumped 6-1. Yeah, but on any other day, we was the best team, innit? And, we definitely would have won that had it not been... Then if we'd had another ball...
Turns out he's a Cockney car dealer.
But you can't go down that route.
No.
But she is in the public domain.
There is a balance, isn't there? Yeah.
If they turned around, and it could be a level of naivety on Alex Hartley's, but you never see this with people like Aggers, Saltzman, Nasser. Is it Nick Knight? David Knight. Nick Knight.
Nick Knight.
Because when they say, Harry Brook, you're a fucking idiot, it's because you've played the wrong shot.
Yeah.
It's not personal to them. It's never about their ability.
No.
It's never about their personality or their fitness. It's decision making. Things that are perspective. No. What's the word I'm looking for? No, it's an opinion. You can make an opinion that Joe Root should not have tried to ramp Bumrah or whoever it was who nutmegged him. That's an opinion. my opinion is fucking go for it. Because if you get it right, it's a fucking. You look like you've gone out there with the biggest pair of bollocks going. You get it wrong, it's an opinion.
Yeah.
But her opinion went personal rather than.
It wasn't personal to a person though.
But it was personal.
To the
It's
team.
still personal to a team.
It's personal to the team.
She could have quite easily have said, right, I'm looking at that, and why have you got to go? Not necessarily negative, but you look at I'm trying to think who was in our World Cup group as men, but I can't even remember that. But if you look at that and go, well, I think where it went wrong, if you look at Australia, Scotland, New Zealand, whoever was in it, they seem to be running faster in the field. They seem to be X, Y, Z. You're not calling out and going to someone, you're unfit. You're basically going, I've got 3 lots of dog shit, because I don't want to be praising Australia, but what I'm going to do is put as much fucking glitter on the Australian team so that our one doesn't look so bad. You're trying to make the other teams, maybe we should be commentators. We said last week to Lee that if Lee gets a commentary job and we don't.
Yeah, it is like a balance. There's also an example in Kent of a non-league football reporter who...
Is this going to be for my friend?
No, so he reports on quite a lot of non-league football in Kent quite extensively. And
You're still describing you, mate.
Certain managers and players don't speak to him because this is the way. One manager won't speak to him after he did this. He said, 16-year-old Joe Bloggs came off the substitute bench in the 72nd minute, and with his first touch, booted the ball out of play. He left me wondering whether everyone else in their youth team was as hopeless as he was. It was completely panned a 16-year-old. It wasn't that harsh, but it was something along those lines. And basically, the bloke afterwards, he did the interview after the game, then saw the match report, and rang him up and said, "I'm never speaking to you again." And that was that. Because you got to be sensible about it.
So you're exactly the same lines as the Alex Hartley thing. She's absolutely panned.
I don't think she's absolutely panned any individual though. Like that's individual to like a youth team player that was coming through, and it's just
he's also panned the whole of the youth team by going, is the whole youth team
as shit as this one basically? Called this kid that's off the bench shit. So you got to be sensible about it. Like obviously, sometimes you have to report on games where there's 2 Kent clubs involved, or there's a Kent club and an Essex club involved, and obviously you want the Kent club to beat the Essex club because we're from Kent.
Yeah. And
sometimes they lose, quite badly.
Yes.
But you got to be sensible. You can call them bad because you can't be like
that you can't defend them. You can't die on the hill that they were amazing when they've just got absolutely walloped in 2 days.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't. There is still
like with Kent last season with cricket. Like you can't be like, well, they were actually quite good because they weren't. But you can't be like, you can't be sort of. And actually, to be fair, going through the team individually, there's no one you can look at and be like, well, they were a massive disappointment. Like, people obviously had good parts of the season and bad parts of the season, and ultimately didn't string it together enough. But you can't be like...
Are you going for a job with cricket as like an analyst or something?
You can't be like...
You are desperate for a job with Kent, aren't you?
No. But you can't be like, well, I don't know how he ever played cricket in the first place.
No, exactly.
Like...
So
it's got to be a balance.
Let's say you get your dream job working at Kent Cricket, and you said that about Daniel Bell Drummond. I don't think you would, because I don't think you're that stupid, and we really want to get him on the pod.
He's also a very nice bloke, so I don't think anyone would say anything mean about him ever.
If he's really nice, do you reckon he'd reply if I messaged him about coming on the pod? Admin off pod. That was supposed to be one of our New Year's resolutions. Fuck.
And that was you that started
it. So, but let's say, would you, if you decided that you were going to say something about Daniel Bell Drummond, and then Daniel Bell Drummond messaged you and went, "I'm not coming on the pod because you said X, Y, Z about me," would you go? You write in a paper. Would you then write in your paper, Daniel Bell Drummond won't come on the From the Boundary podcast because I said X, Y, Z. He's hurt my feelings.
No.
That was the whole point of this.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. that Alex Hartley's allowed to say what she wants, if that's her opinion. What she can't then do is play her panda cub with a thorn in his hand because someone has bit back and gone, oh, I'm not fucking talking to you.
Yeah.
You need to come around the way to my way of thinking.
I get where you're coming from.
Say, that was prime example of what we said 3 weeks ago when you went, I know if I'm wrong, but I'll argue to the fucking hilt. I don't think at the start of that argument that we just had, I didn't actually believe in what I was saying. I was just giving another opinion. About halfway through, I went, no, I'm right. I'm definitely right.
Yeah, but there is a balance. Like, I've interviewed managers after. Well, it's actually really funny. I interviewed him after. So this team had got a brand new 3G pitch. I thought it'd be an easy interview. Like, they're playing a good side, so they might lose. But it'd be an easy interview afterwards. Even if they lose, I'll just be like, short-term pain of losing today, but you've got a beautiful 3G pitch and all that jazz. And I thought this can't possibly go bad. And then half-time came around, 3-0. 60 minutes in, 5-0 down.
I gathered.
7-0 down, 8-0 down, and then I was just like, and then you just sort of do that thing where you kind of try and find the manager, and you kind of locate him. You're like, well, I'm not going to knock on his door, but then you're waiting around for hours. Yeah, no.
That's not in. You can hear the TV coming off the wall, and you're just like, not in.
Yeah. So anyway, in the end, I did the interview. It pretty much he almost started how you kind of started. I went, what was your take on the game? And he went, not good enough. And I said, well, why do you think that was? And
he went, the 3G pitch.
And bearing in mind, I've kind of known him for quite a while. He went, well, men versus boys. I was like, why do you think that was? He said, don't know, I need to look into that. I was thinking, Christ.
This is going to be painful.
Yeah, and then so we got about a minute in, and I wouldn't always do this. It's because I do know him, and I've known him for quite a while. I was basically like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going. So I just kept going. I kept going, and he kept giving me one sentence answers. And we got about 2 minutes in, and then he just gave up, and he was just like, and then at the end, what really made me laugh at the end, I think I messaged him the next day about this, is he went, yeah, just knock on my door. I'll speak to you anytime. I was like, well, you fucking weren't. But yeah, like.
Has there ever been one where you've gone like this? Like, I mean, fucking Sitting Bull won 8-1 last weekend. Do you think there's ever been one where you've gone, I don't want to do this?
Well, there's a few that you don't necessarily want.
Because of the person, because of the match or whatever.
Yeah, no, there's
gone. Don't want to go and do this interview.
I was quite lucky. There was one. An 8-1 actually, a couple of weeks ago, where I needed to technically speak to both managers. I spoke to one, and the other one went past me, and he obviously kind of knew who I was and knew that I was going to try and find him. Went past me, went in the car park, and that was him gone. So I was like, well, I tried. I happened to get to the one that won 8-1 first before the one that lost 8-1, so he didn't want to talk to me. What can I do? Right,
I know you're really happy, but I just need to speak to this sad prick over here, please.
It's also really hard to balance it when you've got to speak to both of them afterwards. Like
Congratulations, you only lost by 8.
Yeah, but it is really hard because I just sort of turned up at some games like I did Ramsgate Margate, which was a good game, Boxing Day, and you're just like, please be a draw, because if it's a draw, the Ramsgate manager wasn't as pleased as the Margate manager because kind of they conceded late and it was a late equaliser. But ultimately it was a draw, they hadn't lost the game, so they were both relatively happy to speak to me. Whereas if a team gets beat, it's a real pet hate, because if a team gets beat, it's just like, well, no one comes out and speaks to you, and it's just kind of like, we're just trying to do my job, just trying to. And I've also spoken to you like on a weekly basis for about 2 or 3 years. You'd like to think you've got some level of respect for what I'm doing.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
so the long and short of it, Alex Hartley was a bit naive in what she said. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, but then,
read the room.
But also, I do kind of think, part of me does think, fair play. You could have doubled down and been like, almost tried to turn into a player again. But she's kind of been like, no, I'm a journalist and I've tried to do my job as a journalist and you wouldn't let me do it. So I kind of part.
Fucking balance.
But part of me's like fair play. At least she stuck to her gun. She didn't like go into the dressing room and crying and like I used to be your teammate. She's like gone. No, this is my job now, and you wouldn't let me do it. Which is what happened.
I feel like that was a very highbrow conversation for us. Did you talk about how shit England were last night?
Mm-hmm.
It's the start of the Baz ball era in white ball cricket, and it started by losing by 20 runs.
Didn't Butler last time as white ball captain turn into an absolute? Was that under Baz? Was that Baz? Or was that before?
That was before.
That turned into a complete car crash.
Last night was England's first one-day game, T20 game under Brendan McCullum in the all-conquering role that he has now. All hail Julius McCullum. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of it because, well, one, I didn't think it was going to last very long, the way that England started. But two, Josh Butler at the toss. They lost the toss.
Yeah.
And India went, we will field first. And Josh Butler went, yeah, we would have done that because we think that that's your best chance of winning. We think that batting first is going to be a real struggle. When I went, right, got real fucking choice in there. This is going to be great. Thought, all right, well, we will power through. We will stick by it. Oh, look, 3 balls and we're 1 down.
Yeah.
Oh, look, 2 overs. We're 2 down. This hasn't gone well.
But they kind of sometimes they play T20 cricket. Obviously, it's short and it's quite fast paced, but it's not 5 overs a side. Sometimes they play it like it's every ball's got to go for 6. Like you can't really build an innings in T20, but you can like if you're 20 for 2 after 4 overs, you can be like I'm going to spend 3 overs just nerdling 3 and over here.
But,
which I don't think any of them would ever think of doing that. But
I think it was. I've watched the highlights. So like I said, I flicked on, flicked off, flicked on, flicked off, flicked on, flicked off. Butler did have moments where he went, right, we are getting carted all over the fucking place at the moment, so I'm going to hunker down. But I think he got his 63 from 44 balls.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
slow for Butler. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. But then your next high scorer was 17. But I think we had this argument round about the time of the Pakistan test. But we got undone by fucking spinners again.
Oh, God.
Their spinners took 6 for 25. Bearing in mind, we only got 132.
Butler's one of the better players of spin that we've ever had.
He was the only one, so looking at the highlights, he was the only one who... I can't remember his name and I'm going to absolutely butcher it. But I think he took 3. Chaddak Vara?
Right, I'll take your word for it.
I think that's wrong. Got man of the match. Butler was the only one that could read what was coming out of his hand.
Who else is in that side, though?
So it was Salt Duckett, Butler, Brooke,
Should be able to.
Bethel, Livingston, Atkinson.
And Livingston.
Archer.
Spinner, Bashir.
No, would it not have been...
Oh, the young one.
No, the other one. The old one.
Oh, Leach.
No, the other one.
Oh,
What's his fucking name?
oh Rashid.
That's it, thank you. I'm still missing 2. Root? Did Root play?
No, I don't think he's...
No, he's not joined up yet. Who batted at 7? Someone batted at 7, a pace bowler. And was...
Wokes? No.
No. Overton.
Yeah.
And someone else.
Definitely people like Bethel, Brooks, Livingston. They should be better than that.
Salt should be better than 3 balls.
Yeah, but that's kind of...
Right.
If he's opening up against spin, he's
No,
kind
he
of...
wasn't. He opened up against pace.
Oh.
They did your standard first 4 balls of first 4 overs were pace.
Yeah.
It was
Quick.
Can't remember. Yeah, quick. Can't remember who it was. And then there was Axel Patel,
Mm.
the one whose name I butchered already, and 2 others I can't remember. But they basically went, right, we'll start with pace, and then we'll go to 4 spinners.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing, maybe not so much Ben Duckett, as Phil Salt hasn't been out in the BBL, has he? Bethel's been in the BBL this year.
Mm.
Duckett has, because Duckett is so far up for catch of the season, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think Brooke has he?
No, did he pull out?
I don't think he was ever went in for it. I think he's not travelled as much this year, has he? Butler hasn't.
You sounded like someone off Harry Potter then.
I know, I felt like it.
Hasn't Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
I did slip back into me,
You can't.
didn't I? Yeah, I can sort of forgive Bethel and Duckett because they were playing on very different pitches in Australia.
Oh yeah.
And they're playing indoors, but all of them, to maybe Gus Atkinson, the only one. He's the only one who hasn't got IPL experience.
Mm.
Everyone else has played in the IPL.
Yeah.
Some of them for a long time. Let's hope they do better on Saturday when they go to Chennai. Another notoriously good spinning pitch.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Another one to lose. Last question, because it's caught my eye a few times. Have you tried having a shave today?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, what's happened is it was a new razor. So basically, I've had the same razor since.
I love how you gave up on the beard after a week.
Yeah. So I had the same razor since basically I started shaving 16, 18 or whatever. I didn't start shaving at like. You're going to say something like.
I started shaving at fucking 8.
So I've had that. My parents for one Christmas got me another one when I was 25, 26. I never really got on with.
I can see why.
No, and this is I bought another one, so but it was the first time using it, and it has kind of.
Have you got like a skincare routine?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's kind of a little bit up the swan at the minute because I can't find half the stuff because some of it's at mum and dad's house and some of it's in the flat.
What level is it at? Because I, for the first time last night, saw Rosie's getting into bed.
Oh, it's not a full routine. I put stuff in the morning.
The thing is, I don't understand. I think I do what 90% of men do, which is I get given something for Christmas or my birthday, I use it for a week, and then it goes in the drawer and it's forgotten about. The amount of moisturisers, beard oils, beard balms, fucking anti-aging cream. I can't remember who got that for me for my birthday last year, but I wasn't happy, but it smelled nice. I get all this stuff. I use it for a week, and then it goes in the drawer and is forgotten about.
Yeah,
Rosie, she put on a cream, another thing, and then she got out a pad that I can only describe as something you'd wash your car with or dry your car with. Rosie is a gorgeous girl. She doesn't need all this for one, but I was watching going, I'm not sure whether I should, like, am I supposed to lock you now? Like, have you finished? Have I got to go and get some wax? Okay. Do I put snow foam on you? Like, pre-wash? I don't fucking know. But yeah. So what's yours then?
Oh, it's not like sort of. I'd wake up in the morning and
that's a good start.
There's like stuff if you get like under your eyes, bags under your eyes.
Oh. Hang on.
So there's like
don't tell me you don't like you. No.
It's a rub that thing on.
No. Please tell me you're not one of these ones that put those fucking orange segment things under your
eyes. No, it's like a thing, a roll-on thing. So I just roll it under under there. It's like
hang on.
It's like a tube, but you roll it under your eyelid, just like where the bags are. You put it there, and then
I've got a choice of about 4. Which one am I supposed to fucking put it under?
So I do that, and then I put some moisturiser, probably like just kind of around there-ish. And that's about it. It's not deep, and I'll do that. I try and do that in the mornings, but yeah, like I say, at the minute it's kind of out the window because I don't know where it is. It's either in the flat or at mum and dad's house, and I can't really establish.
What's your routine in the shower? Don't go into details. I don't need the details. Are you like wash your hair every couple of days?
No, I just wash my. What?
So, do you wash your hair every night?
Yeah.
You wash your hair every night?
Yes.
Why?
Because I do. With shampoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
then,
bad for your hair, isn't it?
I don't know.
You'll be bald by the time you're 34. I gave you a few years.
Another 3 years, great.
You're not supposed to wash.
You're not.
Have you got like face washes and shit like that?
No, I don't. I used to, but I don't do stuff like that.
I do that. I do get quite oily skin, in the T-zone. Thanks to friends. I know.
No, it's just like soap the body and shampoo the hair.
Do you shave?
Do I shave?
I didn't mean shave. Do you wash your legs?
With soap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like I'm the fucking weirdo. You wash your legs.
Yes.
You actually get shower gel and wash.
No, with soap, but yeah.
You don't even use shower gel. You are so posh.
Well,
have you got imperial leather?
No, I use shower gel in the flat. To be fair, it's only because I'm back at mum and dad's, so I'm using the soap. Yeah.
You got the imperial leather out.
It's just using actual, because basically I got shower gel, so I'm like, well, I'll just put that in my hair and then.
Oh. So you wash your. I don't think I've ever washed my legs.
Ever?
No, because the water goes down.
So you just leave it to the water?
Yeah.
No, I think you're the weird
No,
one.
I'm not. I think
you
we
might
need
be.
to do a poll on this. I'm flabbergasted that you wash your hair every fucking night. Like, your hairline is going to be back here from you washing it.
There's nothing wrong with it at the minute.
Yeah, I know, you've got 3 years. What? I thought the only weird thing... I clean my teeth in the shower.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm saving water.
What, with this toothpaste as well? Or just,
Yeah, no, I
with
don't
the
just
water?
sit there chewing a toothbrush, you dick.
No, but you might use water though.
Yeah,
Like, is
I've
it
got
just water, but
No,
you
I've
use
got
a toothpaste?
I've got toothpaste as well. I'll clean my teeth in the shower.
Okay.
But no, I don't think I've ever cleaned my legs.
One of us is very badly wrong on this.
I think we might actually have to do a poll on this because I think you're fucking mental. Why would you... So you wash your body, yes?
Yeah.
How little showers... Like when I look like I've been in one of those slow foam with a fucking car when I'm finished with the shower gel. So when it washes down, it cleans my legs.
Right.
Like I clean the important... I get my hands on the important bit. I probably should have worded that. I give the rough treatment to the important areas, but from about halfway down my thighs, I don't think I've ever cleaned my legs. I do my arms, armpits.
Feet are weird though. Feet are.
Why would you? So do you clean?
Yeah, because your feet can get quite dirty.
But you're stood in a shower.
Yeah.
In a bath.
Well, actually, I'm sat at the minute, but.
Oh, yes. It worries me that the fucking shower's not up. But you're always stood in a puddle. No fucking drain clears quick enough that your feet are not in at least 2 or 3 mil water.
Right. I'd never really thought about it before. I just assumed that everyone did what I did.
I'm going to have to poll this because I think you're the fucking weirdo.
Right.
Do we end on a quiz? Because I got a Christmas present.
Yeah.
See. Let's go. Yeah. Quick quiz book. What page number do you want? We do it randomly.
23.
Don't fucking believe this. I've opened that straight on 23.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Right, hang on. I need to find the answers. Because I'm not 100% sure my... Hang on. Page 35. Bear with me.
I also don't think, just going on the shower thing, I don't think I can be wrong. I don't think you can be too clean on your legs and stuff.
No, you can't. But
You can't
you do sound fucking mental. You do.
So I clean myself.
No, because you clean your legs.
You can't be too. That's what I mean. You might have a point with the hair if I am wrong. You can't be too clean with your legs. You can't be like, oh, look at him. He's washed too much.
Depends if you're bald, you do go shiny.
What, on your legs?
Yeah. Cyclists shave their legs, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
They do have Right. Page 23. This is out of 11.
Mm-hmm.
England won the second test of the iconic 2005 Ashes series against Australia by 2 runs.
Mm.
Can you name the England side?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the quiz.
Yeah, I can.
Right, 11 players, go.
Strauss, Truskoffic, Peterson,
Yeah.
Flintoff,
Yeah.
Bell,
Yeah.
Collingwood,
No.
Geraint Jones,
Yeah.
Jimmy Anderson.
No. 2005.
Oh, Steve Harmison.
Yeah.
Ashley Giles.
Yeah. 3 more.
3 more.
2 bowlers and a batsman.
I don't have the number 3, do I?
Nope. I love how you started so fucking confidently, can I just say? Yeah, I can.
Simon Jones.
Yeah. 1 bowler, 1.
Geraint Jones. What's that?
Geraint Jones.
1
bowler, 1 batsman.
Bowler's going to be a quick. Matthew Hoggard.
Yep.
And the batsman is... So, it's the number 3 I'm missing, isn't it? Yeah. I know it is. Because you'd have had Peterson 4, Bell 5, Collingwood 6.
Collingwood didn't play still.
Oh, of course.
Flintoff
6.
He was so confident. Should have put a time on it.
Really bugged me.
Fight me? Did you
I
just
said
say?
it's really going to bug me.
I thought you said fight me. I'm like, are you sure? What hell of a way to end the podcast. And how did it end? When he threw him down the stairs?
Because Graham Thorpe had retired, because that's how Peterson came in, so it's not him. Michael Vaughan.
There we go. I didn't get
captain.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that because you would have got it. Well, I hope next week's quiz is a bit harder because that was supposed to take us up to about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think you did it in about 2.5. You would have been done in about 30 seconds as you remembered who the captain was.
Yeah, it's just I knew it was him missing. There's a BBL finish now. Is that still going?
Still going.
Because they've done the team of the tournament, which I thought was a bit odd.
They do it after the group stage.
Oh, right. So you've got Billings in there. I don't really know. He got 50 in one game.
Are we going back to cricket after I've just done a quiz? Okay. I was ending on the quiz.
Well, I've got. Just going to mention this.
Okay, you mentioned it.
So Billings definitely got 50. But he's a good keeper, to be fair, isn't he?
Mm.
Tom Rogers has done really well. So those two have done well. Have you seen the clip of David Warner? He gets, is it Cameron Green and Chris Green mixed up? He said Billings starts interviewing him after the game. I think it must be Chris Green in the team. And so Billings is interviewing him after the game. They're like going around signing autographs and stuff. He says, "How do you feel as captain?" And David Warner goes, "Oh, it's great, mate. I've actually got Sam Billings and even Cameron Green's listening to him." And Sam Billings is like, "What? Sorry? Cameron Green?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, Chris."
I have watched a fair bit of the BBL. Jacob Bethel had a decent tournament. Ben Duckett, well, apart from witnessing the death of a seagull. Have you seen that video? That
No.
I don't know if it's his wife or his fiance. She's flown all the way to Australia to watch it. Is this his first time in the BBL?
Must be, yeah, I would have thought
She's
so.
flown all the way to Australia. She's got this video and there's him surrounded by about 30 seagulls.
Right.
And the cricket ball comes his way and you see him go like that. And it just side of the seagull. And he's like, "We're just going to...
Oh.
See it a lot, actually, don't you, with the seagulls?
Mm.
How do... seagulls can dodge a car, but they can't dodge a cricket ball.
Yeah, that's true. You seen the? Do you remember the one Michael was? I think it was a Michael Vaughan one where his trousers come down. Trousers come down. Was that trying to avoid a seagull? Was that just him fielding?
What?
I think I'm getting mixed up here. Two of them mixed up. There's one where, yeah, basically clubbed it. That was an England game where he clubbed it straight at a seagull. It might be the same game.
There's been a few seagull.
And then
I think Peterson twatted one. The most impressive one though was in the BBL a few years ago, where I think it was. Oh, not Glenn Maxwell. Who's the New Zealand one?
oh
Glenn Phillips
yeah.
managed to hit a seagull as it took off.
Oh god.
Like took
Yeah.
flat, and as the seagulls come up, it's just twatted it. Yeah. I feel like we've gone through everything on this podcast. Nighttime routines, early morning routines, death of seagulls. I feel like that should be the trailer.
Death of seagulls.
I might call this episode "The Death of a Seagull." It sounds like a Taskmaster task, doesn't it?
A bit, yeah.
Episode 1, The Death of a Seagull. Episode whatever this is. Right, you do the social media.
Yeah, we're on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, not Twitter.
No, we are. We just don't post on it.
That is it. Social media wise, we're from the Boundary Pod. You can email us from the boundarypod@gmail.com.
And you might actually be able to get emails through now because if you had emailed us, I hadn't paid any attention to the inbox and we had 251 unread emails.
What, from people?
No, all of them from the hosting service.
Oh, right.
So if you had emailed and wondered why we hadn't replied, it's probably because I hadn't seen it.
But you've gone through the emails now.
No, they were all. If no one has emailed,
so no one has emailed. Yeah, we are also on Patreon. So with that, you get early access to these podcasts, including some special podcasts that are coming. You also get access to merchandise.
That's definitely coming.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind actually signing off on some of the fucking designs, we might actually get somewhere with that.
Oh, do I need to sign off on it?
With business partners, admin off pod.
I thought I had signed up on it.
No, you hadn't even looked at half of them. I had to show you them last week.
I know, but I thought that was you showing me, and I thought that was fine. Do you want to sit down and actually go through it?
No, I just want you to go, yeah, they'll do.
Yeah, they'll do. I thought
Sorry,
I thought we had this conversation last week.
No, you just went, oh, yeah.
Well, what did you think I was? Did you think I was going to say?
Input.
I said yeah.
The merch is coming.
So the merch is coming. So
website potentially.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Patreon, social media, emails,
YouTube. Share it.
Oh yeah, we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube as well.
Subscribe.
From the Boundary Pod. Subscribe. You can watch various episodes, including last week's one with the VR cricket guys. So that was good fun.
Which has, from what everyone has said, has come back and said, barring some dodgy audio moments, which was partly down to the fact that me and Tom had to share a mic. How do you feel to have your own microphone back?
Yeah, it's
weird,
just
isn't it?
living the dream.
Me and Tom.
Does that make me posh though? Having my own mic.
No, I'll allow that because I have my own on. Me and Tom having to share a microphone, but also Lee being quite animated with his hand, which had the microphone in, which was quite means that sometimes there's moments where we go, yeah, no, but definitely want him back for part 2. So Lee, if you've got this far in the podcast, please ignore what I've just said because we really want you back because there's a lot of stuff that we feel like we didn't go through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if this is your first time listening to From the Boundary, they're not always this shit. We do have some good guests. Go back a week and listen to the one with the VR cricketing guy. We are going to make more of an effort with clips as well. Try and get out clips every day, every other day, probably every other day because we both have full-time jobs. And Tom doesn't do any fucking admin for this podcast, so...
I do the admin on pod. Unfortunately, none of it happens off the pod.
No, you need to do it off pod. You do it before, so I have a fucking clue what you want to talk about. Plan? Can we just leave it at that you... a witness to the camera, you are between now and next week, you're going to do more admin. I won't make you do the merch. I'll do that because that looks like
Well, like what? So what?
Tell me what you want to talk about next week.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You promise?
Yeah,
Say it.
I
Because
promise.
there's at least 4 people watching this.
I promise.
Hand on heart. Pledge allegiance to the world of podcasting.
How'd you do that?
Not what Elon Musk did.
I nearly went another way.
Don't do what Elon Musk did.
I'll just do that.
Yeah. No, he promised. He will do, and I will report back. Or maybe I'll get you some stars.
Oh, God.
I'll give you stars on the desk in front of you so you can see how many times you've done it. Yeah?
Just end the pod, yeah.
Okay.